Cyclocross magazine with Nathan Knowles at the 2017 Montana Cross Camp. So this is your first ever camp?
Yeah.
What motivated you to come?
Well, I just kind of wanted to see what the competition would be like this year because I know some of the top athletes would be here.
Yeah.
And just I started out mountain biking, so the beginning of this season has been mostly mountain, so I'm kind of rusty. So brush up on my skills.
So what'd you learn? What's the biggest takeaway?
I've been growing a lot the past couple. I've been growing up a lot the past couple months.
Yeah.
So running and like carrying the bike has been kind of a trouble for me.
Yeah.
So and dismounting and remounting, and as well, I kind of like started cross like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like new, and I kind of learned everything on my own. And so I came to this camp just so I could like critique everything, and so I'd actually like have an understanding of how like you're actually supposed to have everything. Like no, how you're actually supposed to do it right.
What can you give me an example of what you're going to change up? Like
for example,
bike
dismounting. I would usually hold onto the bars like until like the very last moment.
Yeah.
But I just learned that you're actually supposed to grab the top tube.
Right.
I never even knew that.
Oh wow.
So that was cool to learn that.
Awesome. Do you have a coach at home?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Are they experienced with cross? Or?
Yeah, Joe Maloney's my coach.
Okay.
He used to be a lot. He still is really big in lacrosse.
Yeah.
That's I think is one of his main.
But
disciplines.
Is he mostly like studying your data and like you're doing it remotely, or do you guys spend a lot of time together?
He actually lives in Washington, so we do a lot of stuff over the phone. But I send him my data through Training Peaks, and he'll critique it and send me workouts. So
awesome. A lot of you guys raised your hands that you have coaches and you have power meters. Are you training with the power meter?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So you're doing your workouts all with power meters. You send him the data. He gives you some feedback and tailors and alters your workouts.
Yeah.
How do you avoid that kind of, let's say, very scientific training from feeling like work? You're still a young guy. It's still supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Well, I find it's easier to like train hard and still have fun when you're with other people, like in a group, or with like one other person. So like when you're doing intervals, even if you have like a different workout, you can still meet up at different points and just try to outsprint each other during the workout. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Being relatively new to the sport, were you pretty familiar with some of the stars here, the U23s and Tobin?
I actually wasn't. This is one of my first times meeting these guys, but they're good guys, and I'm happy to meet them.
Awesome. You have a big goal for the season?
Last nationals I placed 9th, and I wasn't really expecting such I thought was pretty good result out of a lot of riders. So this year I'm hoping for a pretty good result in nationals, but I'm also going to try to place well at the other like races before nationals, like the KMC and Louisville, and try to get to those races that I didn't get to last year.
Most of the training you do, is it by yourself, or do you have teammates or group
Most
practice?
of my training is by myself, but it's about 50-50. Sometimes 50% of the time I'm by myself, 50% of the time I'm with a group or one other person.
Cool. Well, being so new, you must feel confident that you have a lot of potential and a lot of room to grow.
I do, humbly, yeah.
Yeah. Is cyclocross now your focus, or do you do other sports?
When I first started cyclocross, it was more of like a winter training thing for mountain biking.
Okay.
But now I'm starting to enjoy it more, and I find more competition in it. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
How long have you been mountain biking?
Since I was around 8.
Oh, so you've been in bike racing for a while. Yeah. So a lot of the skills are there. It's just the cyclocross specific things, like how to hold your bike and stuff like that. Got it. So the learning curve's not that steep.
No.
Yeah.
It's just kind of an awkward position when you're coming in from mountain to cross, because not a lot of running and mountain biking.
Right. Right. So yeah, are you going to incorporate some of those workouts you did and you learned here into your regular season?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of the running and some of the circuits we did, I'm going to try to incorporate in my gym time.
And last one, how would you describe Jeff Proctor?
Jeff Proctor. He really is a really nice guy, and he's easy to work with. I found that he's really takes the time to just kind of like know you, and I feel like he like actually pays attention to you, and like when you're making a mistake, he'll come out and take the time and tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, like those bike exchanges we did, right?
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people had to do push-ups, right?
Yeah, I had to do push-ups.
For people listening to this interview, why did you have to do push-ups?
You're supposed to when you're going into the pits, you're supposed to put your hand up so your pit crew knows you're coming.
Yeah.
You're supposed to tell them before you dismount. You're supposed to tell them what's wrong with the bike. You can just say like flat, crash, clean. It's like a one word because you're usually like breathing real hard, and I forgot to say that one word.
So that was your penalty.
Yeah.
Is that a lasting lesson?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I haven't had to pit much, but going into the cyclocross season is definitely going to help me.
That's great. Well, thanks so much for
Yeah, thank you.